Hey beauties, it's Riri. If you're new here, I'm an over 40 lover of all things beauty, and I love showcasing indie brands here on my channel. If that sounds like your cup of tea, please consider subscribing and giving the video a thumbs up before you leave. There's also a join button right down there that you can click to become a channel member for exclusive perks. Thank you to my channel members. We are diving right on in, y'all. I'm very excited to be testing out the new Natasha Denona My Dream palette. I'm excited as heck, but we're also going to toss in some other new goodies that I got in my Sephora VIB sale haul. I'm going to test out this little Cali Ray mascara that I got as a sampler, and we have tons of lip stuff. I think before we even dive in, I'm going to test out the Lawless Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Gloss. Several of you have raved about these, and I'm really excited about this. So I'm going to open this up. And this will give us a chance to kind of test this out while we're doing our face. I think I'm just going to go for the first one. And this is the shade Blush Sands. That is what the component looks like. Okay, I like the little doe foot applicator. They actually kind of sound sticky coming out of the tube. I hope they're not sticky, because if they are at all, I am not going to like them. I don't feel like you get a whole lot on this applicator. There we go. There's definitely a little bit of tack, almost, for me, in my opinion, and for my preferences. It's almost to where I wouldn't want to use it. Not quite there, but definitely close. Yeah, it has just a little bit of, maybe not even stickiness. It has some grip to it. All right, so far so good. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we feel anything or notice a difference. And then I'm going to prime my eyelids really quickly with my Glam Light Icing Eye Base in the shade Buttercream, and I will BRB. All right, we are prepped, and I did put my hair back in a headband. This is made in Italy, and it does have a 24-month shelf life. I will get up close so you can see what it looks like. And I am a huge fan of Natasha Denona shadows, so I'm just going to go for it. We're going to dive in. I'm going to go first into the shade Unity. I will say that I do feel like some of her shadows can be a little bit powdery. That does not bother me. I just like to note it for you guys. But I feel like she has a very long-wearing, long-lasting formula, which is, for me, very, very important. I don't feel like they're super dry or anything like that. They're just a little bit more of a kind of looser formula, some of them. And I think they build up well. As you can see, that basically is already done blending itself out. I really, really love her formula. I definitely think that if you can get her products, especially on sale, I know they're a, pricier brand. That's why I jumped at the chance through the Sephora sale. Next, I think I'm going to go into Carpe Diem right here. Same exact brush. And I'm going to kind of push this one in place first. Ooh, that is a beautiful shade. And then with whatever residual product is left on the brush, I will come over and then kind of blend them both together. I'm going to go back into Unity. And then back into Carpe Diem. And you can layer these however you want to. My preference is to kind of work from light to dark. And then I really like to intensify and build up my outer corner. And then I typically would do a shimmer on the lid. Of course, you could go all matte. You could start with the deepest shade and work your way down. So far, blending well, performing well. I'm going into a slightly smaller brush. I think I want to go into Aspiration. And I want to use this pretty much just on the outer corner. Again, I'm stamping it into place first. This for me just kind of really makes sure that the pigment is laid down in its most kind of intense form, if you will. Wow, that's pretty. And then same thing here. Now that I've placed it, I'm going to start feathering my edges. And then when I have little to no product left on my brush, I will take it over a little bit into my crease. Keep in mind, I do have hooded lids, so I try to make sure that everything is lifted slightly above the hood of my lid. That way you can see all the work we're doing. I hope everybody is well. Do you guys celebrate Thanksgiving? If you do, what is your favorite side dish for Thanksgiving? What's your favorite dessert? And do you prefer the main dishes? Do you prefer the side dishes? Or do you prefer the desserts? I'm kind of irritated. If you didn't know, I had COVID. And I can taste certain things, but it's more like nuances of flavors. Meaning like if I try to eat something sweet, which I don't do very often because, to be honest, stuff inside of bags, like gummies and stuff that I used to be obsessed with, they just taste like plastic and chemicals now. They taste like absolute shit. And I don't know why things taste like, they taste like bleach to me or metallic tasting. It is the oddest thing. So as much as I love Thanksgiving, I'm also kind of not looking forward to it because I can't taste anything in the way that I traditionally like to. But I love, 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 love my ham. It is literally one of the best things I've ever eaten. Not trying to toot my own horn, but tootly toot, toot, toot. I love my ham. I love my roasted Brussels sprouts. I do my bacon in the oven, take the bacon out, keep the oven on 450. I throw my Brussels sprouts in that I've kind of like pre-steamed a little bit, and they cook in that bacon grease, some salt, some pepper. You can add some red pepper flake if you like it a little bit spicy, and then roast them till they're nice and charred and have some good color on them. You take them out, put the crumbled bacon on. Oh, baby. My sweet potato casserole. Look, everything I make is pretty damn good. I'm just saying. I'm a pretty good cook. I'm going back in with that original brush, no additional product, and I'm just feathering my edges. Oh, this is pretty. I'm not experiencing any patchiness or anything like that, and I do have very dry lids. I like that. Now, I don't know if I want to go kind of more in the like creamy satin realm, or if I want to play with this shade here. I kind of always go gold, so I'm trying to not do that. I think I'm going to go with Vision, which is this incredibly beautiful duochrome shade. I will show you up close what that looks like. So you can see it's like a pink to a beautiful green. I feel like I'm seeing some gold in here as well, so I guess I made up my mind. We're going in with Vision. And I always just use my fingers. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, and it's so sparkly too. I typically just go in with my fingers. You can use a firm brush as well. You can wet a brush. You can lay down some glitter glue if you so choose. Ooh. I typically feel like though with shimmer shades, metallic shades, you get the best bang for your buck, the biggest punch when you just use your fingers. I'm going to go into a very small brush. This one I will wet, just so I don't end up getting any kind of fallout. And all I'm doing with this is coming in through here, just because, you know, our fingers can only reach so far. And I really kind of want to carve this out. I'm not aiming for, you know, a cut crease or anything like that. I just want it to be a little bit more detailed right there. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is beautiful. This for me would be those kind of shades that you guys know I love, like a one and done type of thing. Like put that all over the lid with a shit ton of mascara and you're golden. I want to add a tiny bit more of this. I think I'm going to go into another shade. I think I'm going to try Thrill, which is this one right here. And I'm going to pick it up lightly. Like I'm not aiming for any opacity at all. You can see I barely picked any up. And I want to put this right above my crease. I think that's going to look pretty. Ooh, yeah, that's really beautiful. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm going back in with the same brush that I used Aspiration on. And I just want to make sure that it is nice and deep. Oh, That's so pretty. All right, I'm going to clean this up. We'll do the other eye and we'll come back and we'll test out some more products. All right, beauties, I am back. I love this. I think it's super, super pretty. I did do my brows with my Milani Weekend Brow Pen, and my foundation is the Huda Beauty Cheesecake Foundation Stick. Update on the plumper. I don't feel like it really did a whole lot. I feel like a slight little bit of like mintiness to it, but I don't notice a huge difference. It is comfortable. I think it looks really pretty on the lips. And I do like the texture. Now that I've worn it for a little while, I do definitely like it better than I anticipated liking it. Next up, we're going to go into the Westman Atelier Clean Glow Trio. And it has like the little bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter. So we'll test this out and see how this goes. So we have the shade Biscuit, the shade Lit, and the shade Petal. So I'll go in with Biscuit first. And because this is more cool tone, obviously it is more of a contour shade. So I'm going to go in very, very light-handed. If you're unfamiliar, contouring is typically cool tone because you're trying to bring a shadow, because you're trying to kind of hide something or try to chisel something out. And then our bronzers and stuff like that typically are more warm toned. So I am going to just use kind of a firm brush. And I'm going to pat it in place while also pushing it up at the same time. We want to lift. That is the purpose in contour. That looks really pretty. And for it being quite firm in the package, it actually is blending out really... It's actually blending out really well. I don't see that it's disrupting anything underneath. And there is a little bit of like bronzer and stuff on this brush. So it's going to add a little bit of warmth to my cheeks as well. So maybe I should have tested it by itself. And then because I know I have a little bit of bronzer left on this, I'm just going to put it all over the rest of my face. I'm going to get a smaller little brush. And I'm going to follow my hollow. That's my little saying when I am contouring. I'm going to follow the hollow and then blend it straight down. Follow my hollow and come straight down. This is really nice. All right, I like that. I like that a lot. Then I'm going to go in with Petal, which is our blush shade. Oh, that goes perfect with this look. It's more kind of mauvey, purpley leaning. I'm going to press it down and then use my brush. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, it has like a little bit of a luminous quality to it. That is really stunning. Ooh, and I'm going in with a very, very light hand. I think that if you also have medium skin, this would look beautiful. And if you have very fair skin, just go in less is more. Oh, that looks so good with the eyeshadow, you guys. Oh, I love the little sheen to it. That is stunning. Ooh, now we're going to go in with Lit, which is kind of white and pearly, which is not my favorite, nor what I typically go for. So I'm going to go very, very light-handed with this, you guys. All right, this one feels slightly more creamy. Oh, it's honestly pretty like translucent. I don't really see a whole lot of anything. Literally just a little bit of like a pearl essence to it. This one feels kind of like a glaze. This is not my favorite type of texture. Just because I feel like they can be a little bit sticky. Your hair and stuff can stick to them. All right, it's subtle, quite subtle. This is not my favorite. The contour and the blush, I definitely think I like a little bit better. But if this is your preference, I think that you would like it. Overall, though, the complexion's looking really beautiful, you guys. Yeah, this isn't my favorite. I don't really like the texture of this at all. That blush, though, I bet it's expensive as hell, though, because Westman Atelier, I believe, is a more expensive brand. But here's what the full sizes would look like. These two, I love. Love. All right, let's finish up the lower lash line. I'm going to go into a firm, flat brush. And I think I want to go into Instinct right here. And I'm going to pick up a little bit, and just because I'm doing it on the lower lash line and I don't want fallout all over my complexione, we are going to spray the brush just to be safe. And I'm going to start kind of at the center. Oh, that is beautiful. This all over the lid with that shade Vision on top. Oh, I bet that would be absolutely incredible. And this is super duper pigmented. Holy crap. I think I'm going to press this. Oh! I'm going to press this on top of, what shade was that? Aspiration. You guys, whoa. Look how that transformed that. Oh, that's stunning. Oh, that is stunning. I'm loving this look. I'm loving this palette thus far. I mean, I love her formula, so I didn't think I was not going to like it. Again, starting in the center. And I'm aiming, if you can't, I mean, I'm kind of aiming for it to be a little bit more blown out. If you wanted this to be very, very precise, you could go in with an eyeliner brush, a very small, like, detail brush. And then same thing, whatever little bit is left on the brush. Oh, that's so pretty. And this is one of her, like, cream matte formulas. I love these. Like, her Metropolis palette is literally one of my all-time favorite palettes. I am obsessed with this. I'm going to let this dry for just a second, and then I'm just going to buff it out just a little bit so it's not quite so harsh. I will be RB. Ladies, I actually got my tripod out so I could get closer. I love how this looks up close. Like, the sparkle, the flip that's in that shadow. It's so incredibly beautiful. I did go in with the shade Spontaneous on my inner corners and right above the brow bone. I did also feel like I was needing a little bit more blush, so I went in with my new Melt Monarcha, I think is what it's called. Yes, the Monarcha palette. And I went into this beautiful, very deep, vibrant pink with like the tiniest kiss of it and put it on my cheeks. I'm feeling myself, y'all. Verdict on this, I'll use it. It's comfortable. I do feel like my lips are getting moisturized. It did not plump. So I'm going to actually wipe this off. We're almost done, y'all. Look, if this gets too long, y'all know what mama says now. Grab your tacos and your tequila, your milk and your cookies, your Doritos, your Cheetos, your Fritos, whatever is your pleasure. Sit back and relax and enjoy the show. I appreciate you being here. So before I go in with a matte, I want to test out as many things as I can. So I'm going to go in with the NARS Mini Afterglow Lip Shine Duo Gloss. And if you did miss my Sephora haul, I will link that right here for you guys. Very cute packaging. Oh, I love this shade. Whoa, that's really pretty. The Unbroken shade, I think, is the one I'm going to try. And these are not always my favorite. I don't always like glittery lip products, typically because I can feel them. And this one is the Orgasm one. So I'm going to test this one out. If I get out of frame, I do apologize. Kind of a standard little flat paddle doe foot. That is really pretty. I can kind of faintly feel some glitters in here, but it's not uncomfortable in any way. Oh, but it is pretty. Non-sticky at all. It honestly feels to me more like a lip oil. Ooh. I definitely think I put too much. That is really, really beautiful, you guys. I think it looks really pretty with this lip too. Let's take this off, and then I'm going to go into one of the Giorgio Armani lipsticks. Look, 2 years ago, y'all would have never caught me buying so many lip glosses, ever. And now I rarely wear matte liquid lipsticks, so I want to see what colors there are. We have this one right here. Packaging is super beautiful. Then we have this really gorgeous kind of deep orangey shade, which in the summertime, oh my gosh. And then we also have this one right here. And this one says number 109, and the other one said 403. I think I'm going to go in with this one. Oh, I love little doe foot applicators like this that kind of point up some. Ooh. Okay, that is very pretty. It's kind of a thinner formula. more of like a whipped texture. It's looking kind of patchy, but I think that's my fault. I think I have too much of the other product still on my lips. All right, I'm not mad at that. I really like the color. I like it with this. I like the texture and consistency of it. We'll see if it dries down. It may not. Again, that's my own fault because I probably didn't wipe the gloss off all the way. My bad. And then last but not least, and then I will bid you adieu, we have the Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water Clean Mascara. If you've tried Cali Ray, let us know. All right, I really like that packaging. All right, let's go. Y'all know that I'm very picky about my mascaras. I like the wand thus far. I like a fluffy wand with the bristles quite close together. It does seem like a wetter formula, which is not Mama's favorite. But that's okay. We're going to try it out. We're going to see what happens. Let me get my mirror a little bit closer to me. And try to make sure that you guys can also see me well. I cannot attest to how it smells because I still cannot smell. So hopefully it does not smell like paint. It does seem very black. I do definitely see some length and some volume starting to happen. I love my makeup today, you guys. Like this eye look, like where I put the like little sparkly shadow across the top, like near the brows. Oh, it looks so pretty and so sparkly. I feel like this is a very universal palette as well. I feel like anybody can use this palette. I do wish, even though I love it, I love this color story, I wish there was a really intense bright inner corner highlight. I mean, this works for this particular look, but I feel like they should have gone a little lighter with one of the shades. All right, that's kind of one like full-on coat. It's nice. It's not blow my skirt up or anything like that. I'm going to do another coat here and then do the other eye. I'll be right back and give you my final thoughts. The mascara, I actually could see myself really liking. It's slightly more wet than I prefer, but I think after it's kind of open for a few days or so, I think moving forward, I'm really, really going to like it. I am going to reapply this, and I say overall, everything blended really well. I really love most of what I tried today. I'm obsessed with this melt palette, the Natasha Denona, My Dream palette. Absolutely love it. It blended beautifully. I do wish that there was just a lighter shimmer in here. This is kind of the lightest one that you have, but it blended well. It looks beautiful. I think it's just phenomenal. I really, really like it. The Lawless, I love how it felt on the lips. I feel like it's going to be long wearing enough on the lips that it's going to stay on the lips, hydrate the lips. I love the shade of it. The NARS, they're so beautiful. I really, really like the color of the one that I tried today. I'm just not a fan of the sparkles. That's the only reason. And this I really like. I want to quickly reapply it just to kind of see. Yeah, it's laying much different this time. I love the texture of this. Love it. It has that beautiful kind of oily slip or kind of a very beautiful soft whipped texture to it. Love. Would definitely use this consistently. The Little Westman Atelier thing, I think if you could find these on sale, I don't really know how much they are, but beautiful. I really, really love that shade of the blush. I really love the shade of the contour. They blended out well. They didn't pull up any of my makeup underneath. I really like those. The highlighter, didn't care for too much, but I love the look. What do you guys think? Comment down below. I love you, beauties. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. And of course, be your best beautiful. Bye, beauties.